Paltrocast. Lauren, Rick, a pleasure to be speaking with you both again. Aside from having to talk to me and do press and answer the same questions over and over and over again, good day so far?
Yeah, actually really good. I woke up.
So you're one of those couples that say every day above ground is a good day?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're I think part of the strategy is just being in gratitude,
Well said. Well, Lauren, you, like Rick, working nonstop these last few years, and we've got these couple of headlining shows that you have at City Winery in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, the Philanthropy, the new single Brave, etc. Do you sleep much?
That's a good question.
No, I don't sleep much, but it's okay. It's all good things. And yeah, I'm really happy with the forward momentum with all the things that we're doing. So yeah.
When did you finish Brave? And is it a part of a batch of new songs?
It's a part of a batch of new songs, but it was written in 2022, and we recorded it and mixed it and decided not to put it on the Messages from Aphrodite album and to wait. And so I've had it, and so it's definitely a formula for what we're using for the next album, and I'm continually writing and creating for next year's releases.
Got it. So I assume that if you go to any of the City Winery gigs, you will be hearing Brave.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And how did you come up with Brave?
Well, Brave was you know how I came up.
No, I know I do, but they don't.
My co-interviewer, Rick Allen, asked me.
Yeah, hang on. I've got you.
But Brave was a response to the plethora of gun violence that has been going on, and so that was my response to Uvalde. I needed to find hope within the darkness of that event, alongside of all the other events of gun violence, especially towards children, that just throw us all off. And so that was my response, really asking, where can I find kindness in this moment? How can I create hope out of this situation to move forward? I can only imagine what parents feel of those children that were lost. So that was my inner question that I created a song out of.
Got it. Well, you're not the only person who doesn't sleep a lot. You were next to Rick. And let's see, the last time that I interviewed you two, we were talking about your 2021 solo album that you did with Jim Scott. But the time that I interviewed Rick before that, it was for his painting exhibition. So when I think about you two, there are the studio recordings, there's the touring, there's the philanthropy, there's the painting, etc. And I find it very admirable how your career artists, whether you're at a stadium level or a club gig like this. So what I'm curious about is how, and this might be a different answer from both of you, but how you find endless inspiration, because a lot of people, once they make an album, they're kind of burnt out and they don't want to do anything artistic ever again.
Wow,
I don't think Lauren could stop writing songs even if she wanted to. I think, these opportunities come along for her, and she'll sit there and sometimes she'll have a completely full song written and she hears everything in her head. So it's a gift. It's almost like you can't ignore it. And then for me, the artistic side is really a selfish thing. It takes me to a place that really just makes me feel complete, so and I'm just happy that other people like the work that we do. Yeah. So, we're really blessed in that way.
Yeah, I think life inspires us. And I think what is a wonderful thing for us, and that we try to share with other people, is that when you go inside of yourself and you create art out of emotion, then there's like this healing effect that happens, and then you get to share it with other people. And we're always advising other people to try either painting or art or writing as a way to move through difficult times. It's because that's what we do. We just move through the life's emotions and create, and then we go, wow, we want to share this. Maybe other people will feel this joy that we just received. So I don't think there's a way we can get blocked as long as we keep that flow of self-awareness.
Yeah, it's true. And sometimes where words fall short, the music takes over. There's a power to music. There's a power to art, that's inexplicable. And
Mhm.
and I think I think people feel that. They feel our intention. They feel the intention behind what we do, whether that's music or any other form of art.
Now, Lauren, in the case of your solo music, I hear a lot of Bonnie Raitt influence. I hear great singer-songwriter, alt country kind of vibes. Where is the music commonality between you and Rick? For example, Rick, I think of you as a founder of the original wave of heavy metal and all that, but did you start off into singer-songwriters?
I actually, yes. I remember, going to school in the morning and hearing, the Beatles or hearing the Who or the Stones. And I affectionately called that music, going to school music. It was a bittersweet experience because I was hearing all this great music, but I knew in about 5 or 10 minutes I had to get out the door to go to school. So yes, I was very, very much influenced, got into big band. My father was a huge music fan. And I just, as a musician, I never really pigeonholed music. I just listened to music that inspired me. Um, and I'm really happy that I have that experience because not only can I play with a band like Def Leppard, but I can also be very sensitive and play music with
Why do you say it like that?
no, but
Sensitive
with
like that.
infinite dynamic.
I know
And
where
in
he's
ways that's more challenging for me than slamming away at rock songs.
well, taking it the other way. Lauren, did you start off into hard rock or were you always into sensible music?
Well, I was everything. I always just I did a lot of rock and blues when I started my first band way back when, and was in that genre. But I've always written my own songs, so it makes you a singer-songwriter when you create. So yeah, and I think music to reflect is good as well. So
Mhm.
I really have a well-rounded hand in various types of music,
Yeah,
some that rock, some that are more reflective, and it's great that we can do all of it
it's
together.
true. Her grandfather actually taught her first few chords, and I think you've only learned one more chord since then, haven't you?
Yeah, just one more. That's it. That's all I
You
need.
call them cowboy chords, the triads that are in the first 5 frets.
Well, yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Well, did you ever graduate, Lauren, to the shredding or playing too many notes period of guitar?
I'm a rhythm guitar player. I pretty much carry on the foundation of the song, and I really like to focus on my percussion too, playing. So I play that when we're in the studio, and also when we're on stage, um, and focus on my singing. So I like where I'm at right now. It's always room to bring in other instruments, percussion wise, which I'm excited about doing in the future.
No, she's an amazing percussion player, which
Mhm.
I'm really proud of. It's great because we can play together. And the way I play with one arm is sometimes very masculine, and it's great when she
It's not
plays.
sensitive.
No, it's not sensitive. And it's great when she plays around that and adds the feminine because it creates something that's really magical.
Well, Rick, you're also a great singer. My compliment, you didn't say that you're a great singer. And your day job in the Leopard, few bands can pull off the live vocals like you do. Now, did you have vocal training at any point in time, or are you just a self-taught singer?
Um, we've all worked with a guy called Roger Love, who's amazing. In fact, Lauren, she works with him as well.
Oh,
Yeah, so the whole of Def Leppard, we do these warm-ups every single day. I don't sing as much as I used to, especially since Vivian came into the band. Their blend is beautiful. But I still sing once in a while.
well, the cordless mic on the head, I think you're one of the people who made it cool.
Well, I would hope so. I would hope so. It was great. I really enjoyed singing in that way. And when we're together, she tries to encourage me to sing. It's more difficult, you know. I'm busy playing drums, you know.
Well said. So Lauren, you mentioned before, Brave is part of the new batch of songs. And as we talked about, Raven's Head, you know, that's happening as well. I'm sorry, Raven Drum Foundation, RDF. Raven's Head, I think I just saw a press release that was talking about Raven's Head. Raven Drum Foundation. Do we have the 12 drummers drumming coming up this year as well, towards the end of the year?
Yes, we'll be having, we have an auction going on, I think currently, now with our 12 drummers contributing memorabilia. And we have some other events that we're doing more locally with them. We love bringing them in to do some live events for people. But next year, we're hoping to move that and come to the East Coast and do some things with our 12 drummers, as well as out here on the West Coast. We have a great community of drummers now that all, you know, carry the same mission of helping other people through crisis that we have.
Yeah, it's a massive support team for myself and Lauren. You know, we talk to these guys pretty much every day.
Yeah, we have a great thread going on that everybody chimes in and texts. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful support, you know, feeling. I mean, world-class drummers. I mean, these guys are incredible. And, you know, the support that I feel from them is just really, I'm very thankful for it.
Now, it's people associate this charity and this cause with arts therapy, but isn't there a veterans tie-in as well? Something along the lines of veterans get into your upcoming shows for free. Veterans are recipients of funds related to it.
Yes, well, that's our main mission with Raven Drum, is really to support veterans and first responders to recover from post-traumatic stress and help them find a life of resiliency through the arts and through our musical endeavors, but also through complementary and alternative medicine, like mindfulness training and meditation and yoga, and ways that, you know, more conventional therapies may not reach into, that help a lot of people. So when we invite our vets to our shows, our donors are very generous and they donate a ticket. So we have 20, 30 vets coming to our shows. And during our performances, as well as the music, we also talk about what we do in the foundation. And the storytelling really draws them into an experience of self-healing, so that will support their journey on becoming resilient.
And these shows are at City Winery. That's not the only wine tie-in. I know that you worked, Lauren, with Chateau Diana. What's going on with that? Is that still active?
Yes, well, we have a wonderful partnership with Chateau Diana, and they came forward. Corey Manning, one of the founders, he came forward really through Todd Trisherman, one of our 12 drummers drumming, Todd Trisherman from Styx. And he was very aligned with the mission of suicide prevention and resiliency and recovery, because he had his own personal trauma. He lost a family member. His family lost their entire home to the Tubbs fire up in Northern California. And there was a lot of tragedy in his life, and he himself was a drummer. So he really resonated with what we were doing as a foundation, and then resonated with my music, especially Color of Snow, which is a song about suicide and how community can help heal suicide. And we created this wonderful partnership where he took 4 of my songs, and we created wines, beautiful wines out of them.
The artwork.
Yeah, and the artwork comes from Rick's art. And it was a collaboration of wonderful things. And the proceeds will go towards the resiliency programs of Raven Drum Foundation. We're going to have an event in Sonoma at the winery in September, where we'll be performing and then having a drum circle. So looking forward to this partnership flourishing more and having more like them, so that we can spread the word and give people experiences of resiliency the way we do.
Great. Well, 2 questions, and then I'll let you go. And the first one's going to sound a little clickbaity, but if it's terrible, we'll come up with a substitute question. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Rick, I saw a recent photo of you with Wolfgang Van Halen. My question, when you were in a room with Wolfgang Van Halen, how much Van Halen discussion happens, or is that the last topic that you ever discuss?
Well, interestingly enough, I was very fortunate to meet Wolfie's dad. I met him through a friend of mine, Steve Lukather, that played with Toto.
Oh, yeah.
That was back in the 80s. So I had the opportunity to get on a golf cart with Wolfie the other day, and as we were going up to the stage, I said, you know, I met your dad through Steve Lukather, and I guess Wolfie's he's still, you know, very close with Steve.
Yeah,
it was a really wonderful moment. What a beautiful human being. He's so well balanced, and you know, we all just rally to support him because, you know, yeah, he's gone through a lot of hardship, a lot of loss, you know. So beautiful guy, and I'd love to, you know, I guess we're going to keep in touch. So it was nice to meet him.
No Van Halen stories, though.
No. I mean, that I didn't feel it was appropriate, but I felt it was nice to tell him that I did know his dad, which I figured would, you know, endear him to me.
Endear.
Yeah, what I've heard is if you want to endear yourself to Wolfgang Van Halen, do not talk about Van Halen. So I think you played it correct on that end. But my last question intended to be kind of a fun one. What are you watching on television these days?
Oh man,
We don't watch TV.
no, I mean we occasionally will binge watch. So I think the last thing we was Designated Survivor. I think that was the last
Wednesday.
one.
Well, the Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday is
because
good as
Fred
well.
Armisen is in it. We wanted to see Fred. We haven't watched it, and we wanted to see Fred Armisen
And his wife.
the
Yeah.
movie. We watched the movie with because Fred's one of the 12 drummers drumming with us too, and he's an actor and in theaters in that movie. So we wanted to see him. I think that was the last thing we watched.
I think that is
Yeah.
the last thing we watched. Very well written.
I think that Fred is in too many TV shows between Los Spookies, This Fool. So if you didn't catch him on that one, you could have caught him on another one.
Okay.
But the bottom line is, hey, thank you two for being you, not only for making excellent music, but making the world a better place through the causes that you're passionately following, and really looking forward to whatever's coming next from you too, whether it's music, paintings, philanthropy, whatever it is. Thank you for being you two.
That's
Thank
very
you so
kind of
much.
you. Thank
Thanks.
you very much.
Paltrocast.